I'm not going to force you, but I got mine for $10.
That's, yeah.
Is that a deal or what?
Remember, you get what you pay for in life.
$10. Do you like make jam out of yours?
You can do that.
Or like squeeze and make a nice lemony drink?
You can do that. Some people do that.
Who's the most tragic figure in the Bible?
Eov. I don't know. Eov? Job? No? I don't know.
It's God.
Okay.
You know who said that? Is a Reform rabbi, Gunther Plow. But isn't that a great thought? The most tragic figure in the Bible is God.
Whatever. You know, he's Reform. Why are we quoting?
But the idea, forget the source. Maybe I could have told you came from an Orthodox rabbi. It's a fascinating idea.
And I would have said,
tragic figure in the Bible is God. Because he keeps making the world and people keep screwing it up. That's why he had to bring the flood, because people had wrecked his creation. So he's like constantly getting disappointed. He's the most tragic figure in the Bible. Isn't that a fascinating idea? Isn't that a fascinating idea?
Maybe.
Okay, central to the events described in the Noah story are the fundamental biblical teachings that human history is under the continual direction of God and that the fate of peoples is inseparably bound up with their moral state. Oh, that was a pretty powerful sentence. Do you have any thoughts on this week's poster?
I think I said them.
Because I think I'm out. What about your sheet of paper that you brought?
I got everything off of it.
You really?
It's gleaned.
Okay.
It's gleaned off. How are we doing on time? What else do you want to talk about? Any questions from there?
I'm sending you the...
No, but now! I can answer them now! While the person's still online.
Okay, folks, go ahead and ask your questions. I'll scroll up. They wanted to know why two men like us were still not married, and someone said it's because we spend too much time together.
Too much time together?
Yeah.
This is the only time I ever see this guy, is when we're both on this thing. I can answer why I'm not married. I'm not sure why you're not, but I am reading your book, and I might be able to answer that.
How far along are you in my book?
I got slowed down because of the holidays, so I really haven't read anything since the last time we talked. But I'm going to make a concerted effort to try to read it a lot. Excuse me, this coming week. But I can answer for myself why I'm not married.
Yeah.
That's easy. You want me to?
Sure.
Because I'm looking for a woman that doesn't exist.
That's a Playboy Playmate who studies Talmud.
No. I'm looking for a Jewish woman. She's never had kids, resolves never to have any or adopt any, and wants to be from. Very simple. That's it. And, there's no such person right now. If someone pops up, but we're talking about, a handful of people ever.
What's the most difficult law in the Torah for you to keep?
Me?
Yeah. For me, it's to love my fellow Jew.
It's a good one. That's very difficult. Love God.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Don't commit adultery.
Commit adultery?
Do not commit adultery.
What?
And don't sleep with your father's wife. Like for me, that's...
Well, I mean, like that. These are the easiest ones, right?
Yeah.
It's like, don't eat blood.
Don't have sex with a family member.
Yeah, don't have sex with a family member. Don't eat anything with blood. It's like I don't have any desire for this. No bestiality. No, I say love God, always be happy. These are the things that are going to be hard for me. Obviously, to have kids, but I have an exemption from that one.
He has a heter from a major rub.
who's this Christina? Do you know her?
Yeah.
Do you know her?
Uh-huh.
She's one of your friends?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
also known as the Lakewood Rav.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Great, now my other friend, Liberal World Protector,
No,
is
that's
in the
Chaim
house.
Amalek.
No, Chaim Amalek is Christina, a.k.a. Lakewood Rav.
Oh, Lakewood Rav is Chaim Amalek?
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
A friend of mine. I don't want to identify him.
Oh. Are
Liberal
they
World
both
Protector.
living in New York?
No, one lives in New York, one lives in the West.
Oh, okay. One lives right out here.
Yeah, in the West. I'll just say the West is a big area.
Oh, okay. So that Christina is really...
Chaim Amalek.
That's Chaim Amalek,
Yeah,
who's the Lakewood Rav.
yeah.
So Chaim Amalek is the Lakewood Rav. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that it was Lakewood Rav and Chaim Amalek, and those were the two friends.
No.
And I had to redo my tapes because
Yeah.
you mentioned Chaim Amalek in the book, and I didn't realize that's the
Yeah.
Lakewood douche.
Yeah, there's a whole chapter in my book on Chaim Amalek.
Oh, I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
But
there's
I'm
a
talking about the
chapter on-
beginning
in my memoir. Yeah.
that you mentioned.
Oh, I mentioned Chaim Amalek in the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's the Lakewood Rav.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Chaim Amalek is Lakewood Rav. Got it. I got it.
So, any highlights or lowlights for you for the past week?
Well, you know what? I'm so happy that the Jewish holidays are over. It was 10 days of going out of my mind. 10 separate days of going out of my mind. It's just brutal, you know, being single, dealing with, like you talked about, social anxiety. In my case, it's girlphobia. Just sitting in the house, you know, nothing, you know, no TV, no internet, you know, nothing. No interaction with any human beings. 10 days of that out of the last, 3 weeks. I am so done with that.
I should have invited you to the party.
I'm not a real party person. That wouldn't have helped. I would have, you know what, if you forced me to go to that, and I would be in and out of there in 5 minutes max.
What would have happened if you'd been tied down so that you had to sit there hour after hour?
I would have just been very uncomfortable and very withdrawn. You know what happened last week? I was here, right?
How was the big party that you went to?
This will exemplify. This will exemplify the problem. Okay. Well, this was all bad. Let me tell you what happened. Since we're boring everybody anyways.
Yeah.
I always want to dance. Whenever there's a dance party, I'm there. You know, a Jewish dance party, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, normally during Chol Hamoed, there's always going to be some sort of dance party. They used to have them in the street all the time. You know, were you aware of it? I used to dance in the street every year for 20 years.
Yeah.
That stopped. Okay, so I saw on Facebook that some guy had posted that he was going to this dance party at the Calabasas Yeshiva.
Mm-hmm.
And they're having a dance party and a band, and I was like, I asked a few questions. I said, like, you know, is it going to be dancing? And he was like, yeah, is there a band? And then he said, yeah, this band's performing. I went to the band's website. They looked for real. Everything was really, you know, like this band was going to happen. I was like, yeah, this is going to be hot. And it's like at this yeshiva, you know, it's like he said there's going to be 150 guys dancing. And it's like, oh, right, I'm there. This is going to be fun, right? So I'm going to let loose. I'm going to dance that night, right? So I schlep out there, okay? And I get there, and you know what I see? And mind you, I'm late, because it's supposed to start at 9, and I'm there at like 9:30, right? Which is Jewish time, I understand, but it's like, I'm not there early, right? They say, oh, it's going to be in the base midrash. So I go down to the base midrash. There's nothing going on down there. There's a few people like moving some tables around. What's so funny?
I'm just thinking of you getting there and looking around.
All right, so that there's a couple of kids and they're moving tables around. They're getting ready for the band or for this event. And I look, it's not a band. It's one guy from the band with a keyboard. Okay, so it's not like a full band. It's one guy.
So it's one guy with a keyboard.
It's one guy with a keyboard. I'm looking. There's no 150 guys coming. I stayed there for 20 minutes. Okay? I stayed there for 20 minutes. A good 20 minutes I was there. and they still weren't ready. They had still were like for schlepping because there was only like 2 guys moving desks around because there was nobody